What's up, peoples? We got another video here. It's your boy, Mr. Pop. Listen, man, what you do behind closed doors is your business, man. How you live your life is how you live your life. I don't want to have nothing to do with none of that. But when it hit the tube, I gotta watch it. I gotta see. Busta Rhymes?
Money thick and harder to fold now. Come on.
Ladies, tell me if you're feeling alright.
And are you sure that you up to doing it?
I like this.
Listen, before you ask back, we wreck shit that we ain't even black yet. Come on.
People all around and it's the rap police shut down the block.
And the club ain't even packed yet. Come on. Enough drinking at the bar. Hold on.
What's going on? We care about you, Busta. We care about you, Busta. Seriously.
They call them fun boys. They say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope.
So when I walk across the street to the crowd, I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just hold it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. Just diamonds iced out. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up. Now all this happened in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
If Busta ever try to phone me, hit you with no delays to what you're saying, yo. Should with that 9 million, but the deal, yo. Yeah, I can hit better than him. You better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes' show.
Not Busta Rhymes getting exposed as a super zest monster. And listen, those are his bodyguard's words, not mine.
I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
Some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster.
So, apparently, Busta Rhymes is going viral after a former bodyguard spilled the beans, claiming Busta made some seriously strange requests about young men in his VIP club section. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. See, Orlando Brown is out here alleging that Busta is one of the many DL rappers who turned him out. And now, on top of this,
Okay. Gossip Hub is the one who telling people this story here, y'all. So, Gossip Hub, he's not using his real voice. So we got what AI or a fake person giving a news story. Can we believe that? Like, you ain't even want to put your own voice on her, man. You know what I mean? I don't know.
50 Cent has also chimed in, throwing not so subtle hints about Busta's secret lifestyle. And now, on top of all that, a bunch of men are stepping into the spotlight, sharing their own stories about how Busta allegedly made inappropriate advances and tried to get them to party with him. But let's get real for a second. This isn't just about their orientation. It's about these DL men in the industry acting all tough in public while putting their hands on people. All because they're too scared to live their truth.
But if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. Why are you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they're in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section.
It seems like everyone in the industry has been whispering about Busta's escapades for ages. But now it's all coming out into the open. But what exactly did Orlando Brown and 50 Cent reveal about Busta? Did Busta actually do something inappropriate to young men? Let's break it all down. Did you know that back in 2006, Busta Rhymes made headlines after screaming a homophobic slur at a male fan who approached him? According to the New York Post, the fan came up to Busta and tapped him on the shoulder to congratulate him on his recent comeback. But Busta went off on him and then turned to his bodyguard saying, "I hate effing F-word, man." And get this. When Busta was asked back in 2007 about homophobia in the rap community, he said that because of what he represents culturally, he doesn't condone homosexuality whatsoever. When asked if the hip-hop culture would ever accept a gay rapper, Busta got up and left the interview. Fast forward to now, and it turns out that Busta Rhymes might be yet another rapper hiding his true identity while taking out his frustrations on others. But let's be clear.
Yeah, I don't think it's cool people asking about this nigga's sexual deal, bro. Like, He a rapper. Who give a fuck if he like men or not? You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't like the shit, but like, why do we want to know? Why do we care about this shit? Like, I wanted to know, then now I don't want to know.
This isn't just about Busta allegedly being into men, because at the end of the day, that's his business. The real shame is him allegedly being into men while also being self-hating and putting his hands on women and male ex-workers he allegedly hires. You know, it's the hypocrisy for me. But
So why that the main story then? And won't you fall on, oh, he also sleep with men. Why didn't you lead with those things then?
let's rewind a bit back to the early 2000s when these whispers about Busta's preferences first started making headlines. And you know who was the brave soul spilling this hot tea? None other than Wendy Williams. So, what exactly did Wendy reveal about Busta's secret lifestyle? Wendy exposed the so-called homo thugs.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams. And she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career. And it's all coming full circle now,
So word on the street is that back in the day, Wendy Williams had an entire list of rappers who were on the DL, and she would have people call into her show to spill all the scandalous details about their encounters with these rappers. And guess whose name allegedly made that infamous list? None other than Busta Rhymes. One time, a man reportedly called into Wendy's show and claimed that Busta punched him in the face right after he got down on his knees for Busta. But that's not all. The caller claimed that Busta told him to keep his mouth shut about their encounter, which supposedly took place at a club in NYC, where rappers would go to have these types of encounters with gay men. Even though Busta allegedly pulled some serious strings to get the recording wiped from the internet, Wendy's OG fans remember this episode very well. Now, let's not forget that Wendy was also one of the first to publicly discuss Diddy's rumored DL lifestyle, and she even had receipts to back it up. However, when Diddy heard Wendy had a photo of him with another man, he reportedly got Wendy fired from Hot 97 and practically chased her out of New York, forcing her to find work in Philadelphia.
When she
Get
put
the
out those
fuck outta
pictures
here.
of
None
the
of that
dude
did
pulling
that.
his pants down,
That did not happen, man. Get the fuck. She was always in New York, right? Right? He ain't get her. Hold on. What did he say? What did they go back to? Hold on.
Another man, he reportedly got Wendy fired from Hot 97 and practically chased her out of New York, forcing her to find work in Philadelphia.
when she put,
So it's, hold on, Philadelphia. Who else got fired and had to go to Philadelphia? Charlamagne. That's Charlamagne's story.
put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly. At a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had.
By the way, Jaguar Wright also recently pointed out that Wendy Williams was the first one to call out Diddy and his fellow homo thugs in the industry.
Shout out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug.
So they was all in New York? Cause that's where they was at, New York. So she only talking about New York artists.
She talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening with Wendy Williams? You think this is all connection too?
Of course. They've been waiting. waiting. He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
And allegedly, this is the reason why Busta Rhymes and Diddy developed such a close friendship. Word on the street is they had a lot in common, with some sources even claiming they allegedly shared young men with each other. Sure, now that Diddy is facing a federal investigation, Busta has distanced himself from him. However, it's a known fact they were close for years, going all the way back to the 90s. Here's a very happy-looking Busta hanging out with Diddy, J-Lo, Aaliyah, Hype Williams, and a bunch of other industry faces. And here's Busta with Diddy and his former BFF Jay-Z. Or how about this photo of Diddy looking like he wants to eat Busta? Literally.
Nah,
and let's not forget that Busta was hanging out with Diddy and praising him as recently as September 2023, just weeks before Cassie dropped her bombshell lawsuit.
Finish. This is the father of the joint venture deals, the label deals, the production deals. That's right. This is the father. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna big up Dallas Austin because he pulled this all up. But when he did it, it was the complete shifting of the clowning. We've never seen it before. The same way. There's been a lot of greatness after. He added to the floors of the skyscraper. He designed a foundation for that kind of stand.
Now, going back to what Jaguar Wright said about Wendy Williams exposing Homo thugs, the reason she called them this is that they weren't just gay and on the DL, but they allegedly used intimidation tactics and physical violence against anyone who dared to speak on their secret lifestyle. Not only that, but both Diddy and Busta Rhymes have a long track record of getting physical with both women and men and taking out their anger on those they know won't hit them back. Busta's disturbing history of legal drama started back in 2006, when he allegedly attacked a man for spitting on his car. Later that year, prosecutors tried to nail Busta for possession of a weapon in the same incident, and according to Billboard, they claimed he had a whole machete in his vehicle. Fast forward to 2007, and Busta was back in hot water. He got arrested and charged with a misdemeanor for allegedly putting his hands on his former driver over money issues. Busta eventually pleaded guilty to both charges and got slapped with 3 years probation. And just when you thought it was over, in 2009, the New York Post dished that Busta had to cough up $75,000 to a fan. This fan claimed Busta threw multiple water bottles at him, and his bodyguard punched him in the face. Apparently, the only reason Busta attacked this man was because he tried to leave Busta's concert. The man later told the New York Post that he had hoped to see Fabulous perform, but since Fabulous didn't show up, the man said he stood up so he could leave as soon as Busta left the stage. However, Busta told him to get down and asked, "I'm not good for you?" The man said Busta then splashed him with 1 bottle of water and threw 2 more at him before one of Busta's bodyguards punched him. So again, it makes perfect sense why Busta was friends with Diddy all these years. But besides their anger issues,
hell nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Busta and Diddy allegedly have in common is their taste for much.
Diddy ain't even done with his case and shit yet. Y'all already acting like he guilty.
Younger men. In fact, according to Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, Busta would regularly send his entourage to find young, hot men and bring them to his VIP section in the club. Big Homie CC recently set the internet ablaze with his appearance on The Art of Dialogue when he boldly called Busta a super zest monster and dished on all the juicy details of what Busta was allegedly up to with young men back in the day. According to Big Homie, this has been an open secret in the industry for years, and everyone in the know, especially the club promoters, had the lowdown on Busta's preferences. Word is, if Busta was coming to a party, the promoters knew they had to line up some hot young men to bring to his VIP section to keep him entertained.
Allegedly. I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
Some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, but like, this has been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some, we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it over there. They call them, fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like every cookout she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that.
Big Homie then dished about one particularly wild night when Busta spotted him in the club with actor and model Don Benjamin, along with one of Don's friends who happened to be a gay man. When Busta laid eyes on this man, he reportedly went straight into action. According to Big Homie, Busta practically lunged at the guy, pulling him into his VIP section and ensuring he didn't leave. Big Homie described how Busta was all over this guy, making sure he stayed close and didn't wander off. According to Big Homie, this wasn't a one-off incident, but a regular occurrence whenever Busta hit the clubs. Apparently, everyone who mattered knew the drill. Find the hottest men and bring them to Busta's section.
Man,
because once he had his sights set,
Yo, why they spreading this on Busta Rhymes? What did Busta Rhymes do to people? Like, what did he do, man? Like, cause this gotta be fucked up. Fuck was him. Like, you got motherfucker making documentary pieces on you being gay. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't even want to finish this shit. All right, man. Fuck with your boy, Mr. Popshit. I don't want to watch the rest of this shit.